I was recently in Houston visiting one of my best friends from college who just had a baby. And I just wanted to kind of report back from visiting the newborn trenches. It's, definitely super intense. We all hear that all the time. We know that. But I think it's a really good exercise in collecting some data if you're on the fence about having kids and you're looking for some more intel. I think we can be told to death about what the experience is like. I think we can watch videos on the internet. And I think there's just really something different about spending 4 days, 24/7 with a new mom when she has a 7-week-old and seeing exactly what it's like. For example, a couple things were a little different than I thought they were going to be. We hear a lot about, for example, how often babies feed and all of this. It's like, oh, it's like every 2 hours, but that's from when it starts and, all of these things. And it's kind of hard to imagine. And you sort of think like, oh, okay, well, you've got maybe like 30 minutes to walk around after. And sitting with her, that was not really her experience. It would be, she would finish breastfeeding and then she would just kind of sit there with the baby passed out on this like cushion she wears around her waist. And then it would be like for 10 minutes and then he would start again. And I know there's like cluster feeding and, all kinds of things that go on that can change that schedule. But it just was a different experience to see it in person and see like, oh, wow, it's really hard for her to get up and go to the bathroom if she needs to, or grab something out of the refrigerator if she's hungry. And I just had a lot of learnings and just seeing it in person was different. So I just highly recommend this if you're on the fence about having kids. I think spend some real meaningful time with a mom around the clock and really get a sense of what that routine is, what it's like. A few reminders, of course, like the trenches are the trenches, like they are the most intense part. It's not 18 years of that, but it is a big chunk at the beginning. It is intense. And I think I also learned a lot about how to be a good friend to somebody who has just had a baby. I think I went in thinking about how I was going to help her get a nap or, clean her house. And I did, hold the baby while she went to the bathroom. And I did run her dishwasher multiple times and do some laundry and things like that. Like, of course I was helpful. But really what I learned when I got there, what she told me is that she really just needed support and a friend. She was alone in this house. Her husband has a job that didn't allow him to take much parental leave. So she was at home alone with this baby 24/7, talking to herself out loud in a quiet, empty house. And she was so lonely. And so that was really eye-opening too, was just like, oh, I need to listen to her and hear what she needs. She just needs me to be there. So if your friend has a baby and you're like, oh, I'm just not good with kids, it's like, she just may need you and your support. So it was a really eye-opening experience. I really encourage everyone to do it. I think these types of activities, I call them prototyping activities, I think these are some of the best ways you can learn about having children and get a lot of insights into how you feel about it from how you react and like what thoughts and feelings you're having. I just think it can really move the needle. So I highly recommend this if you haven't done it already. If you do have friends who are having babies, get in there, get involved, and just support your friend. Bring food by, just stop by even for 5 minutes and say hello, or just ask your friend, what do they want? Maybe for some people that's like too much. They need some space, they're exhausted. And for other people, they're very lonely and they need the support, they want the village. So, ask your friend and just, see what it is that you can do to really support them during this time. But yeah, I think visiting the newborn trenches is a really good step to take. And if you want to read more about my experience, I wrote about it in my Substack, Mother of a Dilemma. It's at the link in my bio. I also coach people who are on the fence about having kids. So if that would be useful for you, you've done a lot of thinking about this and having those conversations and you're feeling like you're not moving the needle, you can book a free 30-minute consultation with me and I can sort of help you work through this process so we can get you unstuck. Again, that's all at the link in my bio.